I'm Haroldynne, and welcome. This is our first event we've had here, so you are really our experiment, and I think it's going to go well. And we're going to be doing this every month with different departments in our business. Like we'll have someone come here showing you about mantles, another event for lighting, and so on. As you know, as time goes on, we'll probably get newer ideas. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're going to start with hardware. Okay, American doorknobs. Really going to stay specific because hardware is really a vast, a big deal. There's windows, there's doors, there's furniture, there's hardware for many things. But we're going to stick to doorknobs. Okay, so the early history, the colonials, they didn't have doorknobs. They had handles, they had wood um, pulls, glass pulls. There were no doorknobs. So I think around the early 1800s is when they started inventing like the shafts, this part, to get pressed into glass doorknobs or um, clay doorknobs, what have you. So it really was, um, this was the start of the doorknob to really start working the latches because really what I learned is the important thing about the doorknob is just an accessory. The real thing was the latch. That's what opened your door, right? Because that was the whole point, was to open the door. So it started off with these, and went down. Someone invented this box. This is a box lock, or they call it rim lock. It went on top of the door. And back in the day, the doors were thinner. They were like an inch, maybe, or inch and a quarter. And so they would go on top of the door. This would be the inside. This would be the outside. And you'd always have to have a keeper that would go on the rim, the rim of the door, whatever we call the rim. So there you have it. So that was quickly the box lock or the rim lock that started the whole business. Then came along the lock that was mortised into a door. Okay, so this is what, like, I guess that was around 1840, something like that, or maybe around then. And these were like, so now you see these in old doors here in New York, and this is what basically they're called a mortise lock, and it would house the square spindle, and it would be a skeleton key, and you'd always have to have one of these right here. What are these called again? Uh, strike plate. Sorry, I'm nervous. Okay, so there you have it. Now the next thing I wanted to show you is if you I don't know who has an old home. What are they doing? Are you renovating? Or you just want to know about doorknobs? Okay. Okay, so there are two types, actually three types of doorknobs. There's these are older. They're they're a little difficult. These are they're like the thick neck doorknobs. See that? And then there's these. Now, these were put on, like someone would have to come to your house back in the day and put them on, and they would tap a pin. So so they would measure a door and put it in, and that was it. There was no screw. It was a pin. That's how they did it back then. And they used, see here, the mortise lock. Now, next thing, now these are, if you have a doorknob, they're either going to screw on, see, or they're going to slide in like this. All right. So if you're gonna, go to a flea market, or if you have your own door that you want to renovate, or you're doing renovation, and you have an old door, you're either going to have these two types of hardware or doorknob. These are spindles. We call it stuff, and they're all square. Okay, they're square spindles. Who knows about doorknobs already? You don't know anything? Okay. Oh no. You have to have a latch. You have to have, now these are the old ones, right? Okay, and you always have to have a rosette because that keeps the doorknob stationary, not to move it. It kind of holds the doorknob there and it doesn't jiggle around. Okay, so you have to have rosettes and let's see what else you have to have. So anyway, these or a back plate like that. Okay, and these are just the basics. Okay, for right now. Okay, so and also the there's different types of entry door locks or passage doors. There's one with a key, okay, and then the bathroom there would be a lock called the privacy. So if you call us up, if you talk to us and we say you need a privacy, it's basically for the bathroom to lock the bathroom door from the inside of the bathroom. Okay, so you're going to need that if you want to do a bathroom. And here's a sample. See that? This would be, this was see it's nickel because it's, bathroom hardware. It's using nickel and all the old chrome. And this is so it would lock the door from the inside. And then this is what you would see on the outside. There's no key. So if you locked yourself in, you're done. Okay, but I guess they didn't care about that back then. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to move along just to show you the different kinds of doorknobs that's available. All right. Um, okay, these are from like the glass doorknobs. They were early, but really they're around the early 1900s. Okay. Um, but you can see they're my favorites because there are so many varieties, and I think they must have been artists because they have ones with you see the bubble, the mercury bubble. Yeah, they're neat. And then they would make round doorknobs. They're fancy, or they're oval. People collect these, by the way. And these are the octagons. There must have been about 20 varieties of octagon doorknobs because there were about like maybe 5 companies or more all competing against each other. So and these were actually, these were like molds. These were they were molds. They weren't like blown or anything. These are molds, but they're, there's so many, see this one has a curves inside. And then this is the popular one because they're not that expensive, is the fluted doorknob. They're smaller and people used to use them for French doors or just a passage door. And then we call these Art Deco doorknobs. They're just nice round ones. Actually, we salvaged these from, what was it, the Baptist church? There's a church on 50, what was that? Calvary Baptist Church, that building. We must have gotten like 800 of these doorknobs. Yeah, every door we took off all the doorknobs in that building. Yeah, but they're really nice. Hmm. So all these doorknobs we salvage. A lot of these we salvage from old homes, old buildings in New York City, and we also buy, sell, and trade. But most of everything we have here is salvaged. I would think so. But we do buy, sell, and trade. There's also wood doorknobs, brass. Look at the varieties. There's like varieties of brass doorknobs, glass, milk glass. But all the it's like from I think from the 1840s or early or late 1800s is when they started really doing a lot of casting, and that was like in the Victorian era. That there was like companies that are important companies, uh, uh, hardware companies were like Corbin, Yale in Town, um, well, Russell and Irwin was I think it was the top of the line really. Russell and Irwin, which we sell a lot of. Um, but there was many companies that all like they were. I think they were in Connecticut, Branford. They all manufactured hardware, and they were very to this very ornate pieces for entry doors. This is the entry door set, and a lot of the entry door knobs. Just to let you know, just to tell you, if you have an old home and you have old hardware in your own home, the entry doorknobs, the spindles were usually larger than everything was like a quarter inch, but the entry doors and a lot of old office buildings, the mortise locks, the spindles were larger. So just so you're aware of that. Okay. And everybody was really fancy. Everything had to match. Back plates, doorknobs. There's books on all the different hardware companies and the different years it would make their doorknobs. So it's pretty fascinating. There actually is a doorknob collector club that yeah that we belong to it, but they have meetings every year. They have conferences. They all buy sell to each other. And they have talks and lectures. Pretty neat. Okay. And that's how we got all of our information from a lot of the collectors that would tell us about doorknobs. So that's how we got our education. Okay, now, if you want to use old hardware in your new door, that's not always easy. And you're really going to have to love this hardware in order to have patience to do to put this on your door, because most doors have these giant holes in them. And see, the old doors just had these little holes, but nowadays it's like a whole, like the hardware like Baldwin and all those companies, they changed the whole scheme of things, and they bore a big hole, and they have a certain way they put their doorknobs in. Um, so I tell our customers, you're gonna have to take all that out if you want to use old hardware, and you're gonna have to either plug up the hole, or quick solutions is get a big round ugly rosette. But sometimes we can darken them. We darken them. They're not so, um, they're not so loud. Other companies, there's another company that they use. They put this right through the hole so that that it won't be so bad. And we've darkened these for people, or they sell them darkened, and then you can put a doorknob right in there, and it doesn't look that bad. Or if you don't want to do this route, but some people don't mind it. If you don't want to do this route, you can get a back plate to cover that hole. And there's all kinds of old back plates. You can, you know, cover that hole up with. And so we have a lot of different solutions. So, it can be done. Okay. So, and then this is what somebody came up with to substitute or take the place of that big uh, mortise block, especially if you have a new door, right? And you want to just not pay someone to put big hole, to take time to do that hole in the door. A lot of people don't want to do that. They just rather tell you to get new stuff. But if you want an old doorknob, you're just going to have to sacrifice and do what you have to do it. And what else can I tell you? Let's see. This is my favorite. These were, I think, on government buildings, but They have the fish. I think this is a really nice doorknob, and I think it's from New York, so it was in government buildings all over the place. Okay, now we'll move on. Just for collectible doorknobs, a lot of people want something really special in their house, in their home, and a lot of these doorknobs, like this is New York Public School doorknob, which I guess this one was in the 30s or 1920s, something like that. All the public schools had these doorknobs. Now I don't know, and then of course when they renovated, they either threw them out or the contractors took them. Everybody took them and saved them, and that's how we get them from all these people. Like a woman said, "Oh, my father collected them when he salvaged them." So we get a lot of our doorknobs from people that want to sell them to us. But oh, really? I'm wrong. 1891. 1891 to 1920s, right? 1921 or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So, and a lot of the hotels had their own, a lot of buildings had their own doorknobs. This is from the Waldorf Astoria, it's Art Deco. They have these little rosettes. Okay. So they renovated. They don't have these on their doors anymore. There's something else. And we did have a lot of Plaza hotels, but we've sold them out. Everybody bought a Plaza hotel, but this is the back place. But it was a really nice, it had either oval knobs or round ornate knob. And all the hotels had one. This is from a hotel. It's a lion knob. I can't remember what the hotel was, but and this one had a swan. It's probably name of the hotel was probably the Swan Hotel. Everybody had his we called them emblematic because they had different emblems. Here's a YMCA. This was I forget. This is another one, but people collect these, But anyway, big roll knobs. And this one has the fox. This is the Colombian knob, and they have beautiful back plates. This is very popular. It's highly collectible. A lot of people collect them. And they usually put them on doors, or they'll put them in frames and they'll put them on their wall. Yeah, people actually, or they'll just put them in a case and display them. But anyway, this is a little brief history, a little information on doorknobs, and we help people if they need help and want to purchase and they want to install them. We help them we show them how to do it, or we help them along, and we buy, sell, trade. As you can see, we have a lot of doorknobs here, and we sell them to movie sets, we sell them to renovators, we sell them just to collectors, and people. It's just I think it was popular. It's a popular item. Do you have any?
Hopefully, you all have lots of projects at home and some questions for us. We try to cover high level without getting too much in the weeds and anything. If there's anything we want to get into, not only do we have Haroldynne here, but obviously Jim's on Google. Let's do further out for us. On Google.
No, somebody else has it up.